Good evening. Welcome to the live Facebook on a Wednesday night, and it is the 24th of January 2024. So I'd like to welcome those of you who are our regular members. Welcome to our live Facebook, and tonight we'll be looking at opportunity in the mid-Chinese New Year rally. As I said before, this is something that we are looking for our mid-Chinese New Year rally. It's important that we stay focused, and that's why we are gearing up for that surge, which we talked about earlier on, breaking above the 1500, and indeed we had that. So I'd like to welcome all of you tonight to our live Facebook in here, gearing up for the surge. What are the top sectors and stock for the Chinese New Year? And I'll share with you a method that we use to look for those shares that is above to trend even higher. But of course, we're going to be looking at other aspects. If you can see, also on the US market started to trend up. So we're going to be looking at some of those development and tonight. And what are things we'll be sharing tonight in this mid-Chinese New Year 2024 rally, right? Like many people may not have spotted it. We are looking also into the US sector strength and what kind of influence from the US sector strength to this KLCI, and what are the hot sectors which we do use our favorite tool in our arsenal, our VSA 360, and also looking into what are those hot stocks and hot sectors to look for. And in this Chinese New Year, now if you are a beginner, this is definitely a good place to really look out for some of the stocks that we will be discussing tonight and use them, either you're paper trading or even observing a way to do that. And for our members, if you are regular, do say hello. I'd like to see who are listening tonight, and give me a thumbs up if the information that I'm sharing in you are indeed helpful in this mid-Chinese New Year 2024 rally, which we've been talking in. Now, again, I'd like to show you the money. Where is the money, right? Now, of course, the $100 bill is always been synonymous with opportunity, all right? The US dollar continued to strengthen, although this week started to pop back up in here. But the lesson tonight is don't wait. The time is never just right. So the key word for tonight is don't wait for the market to go higher. And time again, for our member, our Trade VSA member, which we've been talking about, you already got into the market much early, you have a system, you have a trading plan, and really we want to talk about some of our members who are doing so well. Now for you, if you are beginner the first time, my question is don't wait. Learn about the VSA in here, subscribe to our VSA 360 dashboard premium membership if you're not done so, and also look into some of the success that we have stated even earlier, and by observing this market that we have in here. Good evening, Kevin. Thank you for coming. Kong Hee Fa Choi, Kong Hee Fa Choi. It's coming soon, the mid-Chinese New Year rally. I hope that you have also gotten into the mood of buying those shares that you hit. No doubt, there will be some of the shares may already hit the small cap stocks, which we did talk about in the last Friday. I think last Friday we talked about the small cap sell-off that we have, including YNH related to Dr. Yu. We have Rapid Synergy, we got VDAT, we got SCIB, all those. Having said that, there are still some members were able to make great profit from it by buying it right at the bottom. All right, so this is what we will be looking in. And of course, the year of the dragon. Okay, some perspective. We are coming to the Chinese New Year rally, which is the 2024. It's important to look at the perspective. What was the stock market return? It is the second best after the year of rabbit. Okay, the year of rabbit and after pig. So that's why going forward, I want to sound the alarm here, especially those of you who are the first time, that the year of dragon is definitely a year that you will likely to make money than not. But the question is, are you ready, right? The question is, do you have a strategy? And if you are using the Smart Robbie, definitely you are at the right place. But of course, if you want to ever upgrade your skill to be a better trader, be guided by myself, plus also our team in here to support you, this is something that you also want to be engaging into. So if you look into the year 2024, of course, which is a year dragon, is looking at a double two-digit return. Okay, two-digit return. Again, this is applying to the US Dow Jones. Okay, US Dow Jones. But for our Malaysian market, I think many of you would have known what I've talked about. It has been moving sideways for the last 6 to 7 years. We even struggled to break into the 1500, and then finally when we did, so some of the analysts right now is giving a higher 2024 target. Right now, one of the highest, if you can see from here, would be the 1755, which is CGS, which is 20.6% from where we close off at 1455. Now it's just started to break 1500, being only 3 weeks in the stock market, which is very positive. We haven't been something like this again, but remember, January, February are one of the more trendier month in here, but we may see a little bit of sell-off going into March in here. But keep this in mind, the low side is 1545, which is 6.42%, breaking above the 1500. We are, I think, about 4 to 5% year to date gain, which is quite something that we should be proud of in here. Of course, many of the analysts have very high expectation from the research houses. Of course, if the market were to go to 1600, many of them would be right. But again, going above what we call plus 8%, that's very optimistic, unless we see my theory, the trade VSA theory, that the foreign funds from US are flowing into the emerging market. Then there's something, but it's not really pertaining to our Malaysian market, but also to Thailand, to Vietnam and Cambodia. That's the theory that we have. When they come, the foreign fund will generally come to the entire region, to the Singapore side and so forth. All right, if you enjoyed this talk so far, give me a thumbs up in here. So let's take a look at the KLCI futures 24th of January 2024. Now, if you have not got this trade VSA with our trading view chart in here, this is one of what we call the auto trend line, which actually tells you, okay, auto trend line is part and parcel of the trading view package if you sign up for a thing in here. And you can see it is still in a nice uptrend. It just stops at the lower bottom and another lower bottom in here. So we have 1, 2 and third time breakout. That is a significant, and to me that is really a sign of strength. And it's also happening over a long weekend, Thaipusam. So for our Hindi friends, or for our Hindu friends, Selamat celebration of Thaipusam, and this is a festive season in here. Expect the many of our Hindu friends will be going to the Indian temple, especially in Batu Cave and also in Penang. So that's a place we have to avoid tomorrow. Going to Genting, definitely you don't want to go through there and go through the other way, right? But usually why I bring this up is because a lot of time the KLCI do not have the kind of momentum to break up. So what they do is they break under the disguise over a holiday, because the holiday people sort of go away and they don't want to trade in the market, but that's what they do. By the time they come back, then they realize the market is broken, but they do not know what to do the next few steps. So tonight I'm going to share with you some of the next few steps, what are the sectors you'll be looking. But for our member, do keep in mind the KLCI futures is approaching the what we call the danger line, right, which is the danger line of the market stages, right? And we did talk about it, how many bars above the market stages where we see the market likely to correct. So right now it's just the first bar. So this market does seems and look to go higher. That's for sure. Right now what we're seeing is likely to go higher in here. And looking into the, hi Nora, good evening Nora, thank you for coming. All right, it's always best to have a familiar faces. And of course some of you been coming regularly who are a bit shy to say hello in here. Can comment on FCPO one. Yeah, definitely do right at the end there. Just make sure you hold on in here. Thank you for. So on the KLCI sectors in here, I think a lot of opportunities on our chart. The sector in here, KLCI CPO futures. It's a very volatile. I think that, and of course, if you have the trade VSA running on intraday, the FCPO will be better. So I definitely recommend to Jafar to use the FKLI FCPO with trading view package in here. Sign up for our package, okay? So again, you can see from the KLCI in here, we got the upthrust. We broke out the upthrust, 1, 2, 3, turn red Pentagon. We have a 2-bar reversal. Okay, that is strength. Okay, and then the market go 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is already a predetermined steps as the market move up. But having said that, the volume here haven't been that high. So who knows? We might see another upthrust here again on Thursday, which is possible because the market might just gap up and then the market will just move sideways and then we will just have to continue from where. So there will be likely a breakout here because we have broken through. The market closed at 1504. Which is quite significant with a 0.5% in here. A nice chart lead done in here. So the next couple of bars we are looking for SOS. Perhaps we don't see UT. We will see line change, which is LC. Right? That's what I like to see. A line change. It is a continuation of an uptrend, and this is how the market will be going. But what's also good right now, you can see right now we have the support at 150. Even if you have the upthrust, the market likely to hold back and then sort of puzzle in here and then go up. But there's only two ways: either it break through or it breaks up and then sort of move sideways. These are the two likely scenario. Okay, so of course this is going to be more prevalent when we come back on Friday. Okay, take note, there's only two ways, one or two from where we are right now. All right, so that will sort of give you where we are looking from the market in here. And of course, this one here is the 24th, right, 24th of January. Just want to make a comment and amendment here. Now let's take a look at the US market. Now US market is important because the US market generally move about 1 month ahead of us. If you look at the year, this is the so-called 3 month, okay, 3 month of the sector. XLK is an ETF, so you can see XLK. XLK is technology, which technology is still leading Nasdaq. Real estate, real estate still move up a lot, that's what, XLF, finance, LI, I can't recall what is that. LI is industrial. This is S&P 500. This is consumer, discretionary. XLC is communication. So a lot of them are already double digits. So the way you look at it, technology, number 1. Finance, number 2. Industrial, number 3. So remember this. So then we turn our attention to year to date. Right, year to date means this started on the 2nd of January 2024 to now 24th of January. So you can see XLK is up 4%. Now last year we are up something like 45%. So there's still a lot of room to go. All right, so keep in mind it's early. That's why I say so. The time is never right. So don't wait. Get yourself into, if you have not done so, we will share with you some information how you can open up an account on the US side in here through our partnership. So stay right at the end, I'll share with you that. So you can see from here the communication is about 4.2%, the technology is 4.8%. Then we also have the V. Goodness, what is V? Can't remember off my head. XLV. So one of the ways to look at, we can actually go to the trading view. XLV, it's healthcare. Healthcare, so we'll be coming back. Okay, so XLV will be healthcare. Finance is here. So finance has lagged a bit in here, but having said that, the communication and technology and industrial, right? Keep in mind, again, those are the sectors. Now, let's turn our attention now to Bursa Malaysia. So you can see this is available in our VSA 360 that denotes the foreign fund flows. Okay, so previously even the market did go higher the day before. I did go a bit higher in here. We did see foreign fund going out in here. So what is also happening? The momentum has been set. As long as the outflow, the selling isn't that great, I think that the chances we will break 150 is very, very possible. We have this nice uptick, and I do think after tomorrow, when we come back on Friday, we're likely to see another positive inflow of the market. All right, the positive inflow of the market in here that will prompt this market to go even higher. Now, my early on theory from last year is the funds flow from the US to Nikkei, and then from Nikkei to ASEAN country. So you can see last year Nikkei and S&P 500 was one of the best performer, 28 and 24% here, whereas the ASEAN stock market in here were doing very badly. You can see Malaysia was down, Philippines was down, Singapore was down, Indonesia was down, Shanghai was down. Shanghai is still continuing down. There were even news that came out that people who got it wrong on the China market. I was correct to avoid the China market for my clients and my portfolio. I did talk about China being a very long-term view, and you must have a long-term 3 to 5 years. And this is also due to what they call the inaction, or to me is an incompetent leader of the CCP, not willing to engage the economic reform, wanted to engage a conflict or war with Taiwan, which does spell out very, very bad going forward for China. China is in trouble right now, and we'll be see how they're able to get it. As you can see, SET here is the SET Thailand stock market, which is down 14%. So lo and behold, if you do see back, now the theory now is still the same. This is dated 24th of January. You can see year to date, Japan is still continuing to flow in. All right, so a lot of money is flowing to Japan. Then we have KLSE, which is up 3%. So that's also telling the market has flowed back. S&P 500 just started off. We are faster. All right, you can see, right? And Philippine Stock Exchange also started to move up. The other two, STI, nothing moving yet. We have Indonesia and we have Thailand. They are holding it up, but you can see from here, the China market continue to sell off. So some funds are definitely falling to these two markets, the KLSE and the Philippine Stock Exchange. So that's the theory that I have, why this flow will flow to Nikkei, and Nikkei being achieving the 28%, they are taking some what we call profit and roll over to the ASEAN market. But so far, it does look like the FBM and the Philippine Stock Exchange are receiving some of this, and that's really very positive. Now, of course, from then onwards, we said earlier on, for the US market, what was those sector? Now you must know, right? So we have technology, we have finance, and we have industrial. So we take those very strong sector and then put it into our sector. You can see KLCI just turned on the 23rd. So, but again, our Malaysia also have construction, right? Construction, we have technology, and then we have the industrial product, and we have finance. We just turned green. Pentagon Technology is turned red. So it's been red for 6 bars, so it's going to turn back very, very soon. So that's why we want to be looking at the Bursa technology. Okay, we want to be looking at the Bursa technology, and you can see construction previously were also red Pentagon, so we can also look into the construction, because why many of the stocks is part and parcel of the infrastructure recovery the governments are building in. The governments, especially we talk about the high-speed railway, so a lot of projects are moving and dishing out. And of course, finance has been generally very positive going in here. So we want to start off with the technology, and this is from the VSA 360. So from here onwards, of course, you should always pick the stocks that give you the best kind of thing. But we're just going to look into those stocks that generally are in the lower range. So like you can see, MPI is a bit high. We don't want to do that. Inari looks pretty good. Frontcan, all right, and D-Sonic. So we want to look at this kind of stocks and see whether technology will give us the kind of thing. But we want to cross-reference to something that we shared and talked about earlier, is to categorize according to the advanced VSA setup. One being a reversal pattern or a pullback pattern, right? Pullback pattern, remember members, we talk about this. Now for our public who do not understand that, I will share a bit how we pick this stock, putting all the trading view indicator that we have in our trade we say to our chart. And then finally here is the change in momentum. You can see this one is a much faster up move. Then we have the cycling, and then we have the try-short. This is generally what we call a lower risk, and we wait for a higher uptrend. All right. So from here onwards, these are just examples I want to share with you. We will overlap them with either the patterns that we get. All right. So first one. All right. Let me just make this up here. We'll use this one here. Okay. So we want to see what do we fall under. What are these three patterns that we fall in? So first one we have is Inari. So what we're going to do, of course our member will enjoy it. This is still pretty much in an uptrend. You can see here's an uptrend. Market has made above the danger line here. Still you can see this is what we call the market stages. Okay, the market stages, this is the trend line. So it's up in a nice trend, and right now we have the gray area, so which means it's starting to pull back. It's starting to pull back, and that's pretty good too, right? If the market pull back and started to turn back up to green area here, like this one here, from this two gray up to green area here, and that's really a good entry point. So now right now Inari is pullback. You might just want to watch it for the next 2 or 3 days, but the trend is setting up, so it will fall under here. This is what we call the Inari is a pullback with an uptrend. All right, so that's where we are. So next one we have is D-Sonic. Again, we apply the same thing in here. Now, D-Sonic looks like, first of all, it actually looks like a reversal pattern. D-Sonic. It goes up, you can see from here, it actually has a sell-off, right? You can see from here, there's a big sell-off. Then the market started to turn back gray, and then finally goes up here. So what we want to do is the market now has stabilized. I don't think it's going to fall any further, but we just need to wait for the green turn back up here. It's going to turn back up here, right? And that's a good area to be buying for D-Sonic. Okay, you can see here D-Sonic. If the market doesn't break below the sub-zero line that we see here, right, then it's likely to go up. So here we are just waiting for the market to turn back up to the green area. Make sure you get a bit of green area here. Get a green area here, then the market will push up and run. So this is the reversal pattern. Okay. So here I attempt to clear some of the conception that we have. And then we have Ujitech. This is a good fundamental stock. And if you are a beginner, I've talked about this in the breakfast show already. You can see here. So, right. So this is still in the nice uptrend. Okay. Pays a decent 7.8% dividend. And it's a technology stock. So you can see on the market stages in here, we started to have gray bar. So once this gray bar in here, meaning we are actually also in a pullback situation. So pullback is fine, means I'm likely to continue where we are. Now I purposely chose this more popular stock, more large cap stock, more forgiving in the sense that if you make mistakes and if you don't cut loss, right, you'll still end up with a better off share because the whole sector technology is trending here. So in this example in here, I would say Ujitech is a pullback with uptrend. Now what I've shared with you is the advanced setup that we do on our Monday live weekly training. Now if you like some of what I've just said and also our trading indicator, so make sure you catch us more, or if you're interested, you'd like to find out more about our Trade VSA premium package in here, check it out in our website in here, or you can use the number and find out more. Definitely by knowing this, you will be as successful as many of our members, and later I'll share with you how their trading has been. All right, the next sector is construction. As I said before, construction continue to have a very, very nice uptrend. And don't forget, our members, make sure you put in the minus 5 parameters and also the minus 0.5 parameters, so you make sure you get those stocks. That is very, very positive. Now, some of the stocks that I like, again, we will classify them under their reversal pattern pullback. Do take note, reversal pattern is the lower risk because if the trade don't work out, then pullback, we are looking in a middle of stage 2, right? And the change of momentum is when the market make one big move and started to go up. I think this was one that we talked about previously, was KM Long, right? You can see from here, this was the they push up, and then the market still go back up sideways in here. So this one is a higher risk. There was a change of momentum from here, just started to push up. Okay, let's take a look at the first one, Kajaya. So you can see Kajaya right now is really up at the part. You have to be very, very careful now. You can see right now the market cannot break the $1.70. Volume is diminishing in here, and you notice the gray line is starting to come out. It can drop a bit further, right? You can see if the market break to one. So normally when you see the gray line, just wait. It is a pullback. So when it's a pullback, you wait for it to turn back green, baru you masuk. Else the market can break lower. So that's one of the big benefit of our market stages here. You don't simply masuk, even though the green pentagon is here. And of course, if you had entered at the green pentagon, okay, how to enter? We enter on the opening after green pentagon is spotted. So that's why you want to make sure you regularly log into the Smart Robi or the VSA 360. From here onwards, you can pull it out. You can see it is almost a 14%. A 14% return. So let's say you have a 10,000 ringgit. That's really a 1,400 ringgit, which is sufficient enough to cover any of our investment and trading platform that we talk about in here, like VSA 360 in here. So from here onwards, okay, so here for Kajaya, okay, what likely to happen Kajaya is going to be here, and if you see a white spread bar, okay, you see a white spread bar for Kajaya, white spread bar, okay, WSB, then Kajaya will fall into this. Okay, so that's anticipating. But right now we are seeing a pullback, and who knows if the thing comes up. Next one is Gamunda. Okay, let's take a look at Gamunda. All right, I hope some of these things that we are doing for you, you will enjoy and learn how to apply them, especially buying stock that's already in a nice uptrend with good news, good fundamental, but you don't want to be overpaying too, all right, should the market happen. Now we see from here, for this stock, you can see also same thing, right? There was one sell-off here, the big sell-off, then it came out with the news, then the market pulled back up here, and then the next round when it pushed up, this was the right entry around the $4.70. Okay, that was good. So right now, red pentagon, that means if you are shorter term, you want to be taking some profit. So right now, we are seeing also similar pullback here. So it's very simple. We just wait for the market to turn back green bar. Okay, so this again, this Gamunda will be under pullback. Okay, last one is Echo West. Now, of course, the list is more than that. There are other stocks you can look at. Okay, so all you gotta do is if you get hold of the Trade VSA in here, you can log back in. So make sure you get a copy. Hello, Sukumaran. Good. And how are you? So you can go over the KLSE sector gain here, right? And what you do, you just go over the construction. Okay, submit, and then you key in the parameters. So you want to make sure some of the best stocks are in that area too. Then later on, you just what to do is just make this a bit smaller. Let me just, yeah. Okay, and you will sort out the turnover. There you go. You can see VDAT. This one is dropped a lot. So you will see Echo West. All right, this is this evening. So let's take a look at Echo West. Now putting back to a smaller chart here. And let's align ourselves. Now if you look here from Echo West, it is, yes, this is a nice one. You can see this is actually the end of the pullback. You see this is a pullback here done. It's starting to move up, right? You can see the sell-off, the red turning gray, and this is where you can enter here. So the market overtook, came back down a bit. So this is a nice pullback in here, right? And now right now you have the anyway, Echo West is Echo West is under construction. That's right, under construction. Okay, so you can see now you can see the market pullback here, and but started to turn green. So that's good. So I like this, and this will complete the pullback. So it does look like Echo West. Okay, completed. Okay, completed the pullback. Okay, so that's how we demonstrate to you to use these tools in your favor. Okay, so far can understand? Can understand? Give me a thumbs up. And we'll go on to the next sector, which is the finance sector. Okay, and the finance sector, you want to apply also minus 0.5 and minus 5 to ensure you pick the best of the best above the mid-level stage 2. Okay, so from there onwards, let's take a look at what we have. And again, ensuring we meet the advanced setup, right? The one that we taught in our live Facebook here. So first one will be public bank. So you can see public bank is in a continuation of an uptrend. You can see this is a nice uptrend, still looks good. So there was only a mild pullback here. Started the pullback up with it. So this one also what we call public bank. This one also completed the pullback. So after completed the pullback, it will go up. But do take note, this public bank a bit slow one. Okay, now next one we have A and B. And how we find them? This one also same thing. Now started to pull back for A and B. So you can see the trend line started to go up. So you want to have the trend line supporting you. The more that the bar fall in, the better. So the bar trend support you. You can see now turning gray here. So it means now pullback. Okay, A and B is pullback. It's a pullback in the uptrend. Haven't finished yet. In the case of public bank, it completes. Okay. Next one we have RCE cap. Okay, RCE cap is actually what we call a runaway, a change of momentum. Previously here, right, you can see the change in momentum, it broke through. This is something like what we saw just now. What was the chart? Kajaya. Remember Kajaya? I talked about it. So that's why it's important you classify. Again, this one is advanced setup. This one is advanced setup. So it's quite different from what we talked about earlier. Okay, so let me just bring this up here. Okay, so this one you can definitely see it is what we call a change of momentum. You see the market moving sideways, right? That's how it pop up. So Kajaya, would it be like that? Now this is what we talk about, the pullback, then one bar straight up, the market run. Okay, so now you have uptrust. It may, this is a runaway. But right now it's already run away. You don't want to chase it. The question is you want to buy around here. Maybe Kajaya will be the same thing too, right? Like what we see. Okay, so this will be the change of momentum. So this is RCE Capital. So what we are trying to do here, for those of you who just joined us, we are trying to reclassify those trades according to the VSA advanced setup. The reversal pattern, the pullback method, according to the stages in here. So you are able to understand how we pick them and then apply it. You may not want necessary uses. Let's look at Aeon Credit. Aeon Credit, Malaysia. So you look at Aeon Credit, this one is different. You can see this one is a reversal because it went to a red line here. See that? Red line here, green, pause back up, come back, burn back. So you just wait for another one. So this one is Aeon will be reversal pattern. Okay, so reversal pattern, it's a lower risk, but we have to wait for the higher high. Of course, many of you would have seen pullback is a better method because it's still in the uptrend. Reversal pattern hasn't turned yet. So just keep that in mind. All right. So this is why we want to explain this. And there's a lot of benefit by knowing this method and applying to the any stock. Now, just now, one of the gentlemen, I think Jafar, wanted to look at FCPO. We can also do the same thing too. All right. Now, one more important is that you are able to get this. Now, this is a FCPO daily trend. So it looks like it's trending up nicely, right? It's really hitting. This is where now is a change of momentum. You can see, change of momentum. So the market is going to go straight up. But anytime when you see uptrust like this, just be a bit careful. Of course, we don't trade this kind of bar where it goes up 46 points. What you do, you want to switch to a different hour, like a 30-minute bar. Okay, and what you do, you just refresh it, and the same thing there, right? So right now it's in the danger area here. You want to wait for this kind of pullback, 2 pullback, then 1 bar up, you want to go in. See all this gray? So Jaffa, this is how you want to be able to use this. You wait for the pullback, and once the green bar turn, you can go in. All right, can Jaffa? This is how you want to do it. So make sure you get hold of the, okay, we got EG. Sure, Nora. Switch back to a daily chart. Stocks don't move them. Now if you look at EG, EG is definitely, you see a big sell-off, right? Only one green. This is a reversal pattern, but the problem when you go back up here, the market will pull back. You see that after green, they always have gray one. You have to wait for the gray. It's not going to shoot up straight. Just keep that in mind. Right now this thing, so you'll come down, wait for the second green. This is the first one. There are a few more green, then will be gray. So belum lagi, mesti tunggu lagi, okay? Because this one, why? It is still in the downtrend with a, what we call a drop. Remember we taught this. Now for our members, one of the best way, I'm just going to share with you, those who are thinking about joining our Trade VSA, you can go over to our knowledge center, and there was the market stages training in here, and you can watch this training. All our training, weekly training, are in the VSA 360. So once you get in, you can see this training here, right? Market stages I've talked about. So that's really one benefit when you go in. This knowledge that you have will enable you to build upon when there is, right now, as I said before, right? Don't wait, right? Don't wait. The opportunity is here, right? And if you wait too long, you know, the whole Chinese New Year rally be over, and we might come to a different stages of the market. Okay. So the calendar of the major year, again, I want to refresh this. We've done the 13th of January, which is the Taiwan election. We know the party DPP win, and that's why the Chinese market fall. If the Kuomintang or the Kuomintang party in Taiwan won, then you'll see China, right, won't drop so much. But we notice this is how China, worst performer, right, dropped 4% some more. And also, you know, presidency wanted to pump more money to stock market. We will have to wait and see. So next we have, this is where we are in the mid of the Chinese New Year rally. It's part of the Bursa, and there is a revise to the deadline. The interest rate cut is still ongoing. It's just that they cannot decide. Last time they talked March, April, now then third quarter, then maybe September, then June. But the more they talk about it, the more likely they will cut rate. But remember, in May there will be weaker summer seasonal, because sell in May and go away. So keep in mind, Nora, always sell in May and go. So that's why right now, if the market were to rally, April and May time frame, we all see market growing raw. So that's an opportunity. So right now, if you're in the US market, you can buy now, enjoy it. April, sell. Okay. And then finally, there will be a lot of recession. Talk about inverted yield curve, recession. Remember, we've been talking about recession, and remember I talk about Robert Kiyosaki, all those doomslayer. Check out some of the video I made on YouTube and also on Facebook about these people just like to call out, cry wolf, but at the end, summa empty can, because they so-called empty can make the louder noise, but summa kosong punya. And then also important date, 5th of November, come back and regularly join us for the coverage on the US presidential election. So that's and Chinese New Year rally typically, as I said before, falls. This year is fall under February 10. So a lot of time January, February has always been bullish. So you can see right now, if you look back, we never really had a bullish year, with the exception of 2008. But that year also end with the negative return. So 16, 17 is bad. Then 2019, all right, we have a bit slightly better, but also down. Then 2020 is the COVID lah. Sampai sini. This one was the inflation year, 2022. This was the US trade war with US. This was the COVID, and we are now, 2020 was the best year, recovery year. Okay, you can see some of the best month was here. So you can see October, November is pretty good. So right now we are up almost 3%, coming to 4%. And may continue to February. So this already one of the best performer. Now remember, a lot of the analysts are targeting average 1621 for year high. Whether it go up there, I don't think so. Maybe we are around below, right? Below 1600 year end finishing is quite good already. So the sector overview, what we want to look at is, as I said before, some of the weaker sector previously was already been recorded in here. You can see energy. We did talk about all those. We talk about finance, technology are coming back. So those are the one you want to be looking at. And these are your laggard stocks. The construction, healthcare, property, all sudah run already. Right? Property maybe got another leg they'll push back up, but technology, finance, consumer are the one you will. So if you have any of the stocks, make sure you turn to the screener and do them. All right. Again, we cover them very, very well. So you are looking into the advanced setup where you can minimize your risk and maximize your return by using the VSA trend line and market stages. Make sure you get those, right? So this is a fellow person, and he's a famous Thomas Edison. So what he says that smart people learn from their mistakes. And I hope many of our audience who is listening tonight, you are smart trader, smart investor. Make sure you learn those advanced setup. You can rewatch this again and learn from the mistakes that we made and some of our members made, so you don't have to follow it, and also able to follow us during our training. And our back testing is again one of the tools to show the performance metrics of all our trade that we do in here. We use this to see how well it perform, and we see whether we make money or not, and then to improve the strategy. So what are some of the things that we recommend to you? We are very confident we can make money. We go and back test all the way the last 5 years. You can see the price range in here, the 69, the 1 and the $1 will give you the best return. 25.4% return, 35.8% return in 1 year. You can see from here onwards, right? So those are the price lists, and you can see if you add them up, you can almost double your return. So these performance metrics is the historical back testing, why we shared with you with the advanced setup, and that's why you're able to benefit from here, ensuring your equity continue to grow up. Now, one of our supervised coaching and mentoring that we've been doing, I think many of you may have heard me say before, but I want to share with you one of the key things why our members outperform average investor. Now, one of the things that they're very disciplined and they practice it every day, and through this practicing of picking the right stock, doing the trade, following their plan, you can see last week or 2 weeks ago on 10th of January, you can see Lee Mayfen was only $7,000 profit, TK was 5,000, James was 5K, right, and Shirley was 2K, and then lo and behold, this week you can see has gone up to 14,000. Mayfen has gone up to 13,000, and even the Yi has gone up to 10,000. Shirley is from 2,800 has gone up to 3,200, and Julia was 1,200. Now they are up 2,600, right? So you can see how our member perform so well. So one of the reasons why we perform so well is they stick to a trading project, stick to a trading strategy. They may vary a bit, but a lot of these we actually cover them, and we use the virtual trading as a platform. So you can see from this user, the equity curve started at 50,000. They do lots of trade. You can see, right? Lowest point was 46,000. Okay, but it go to 6,500, and that is almost a 29% return. Now we've done already the back testing, will show about 30%, but definitely our members are doing well. You can see the first 2 months wasn't that great, but 2%, December was 11%, but January was a 22%. It caught a few great one. I think there's JSP, right? And I think they buy on the sell off in here. So you can see from this user ID number 34, he made 30% return from November 11. All right. Then we have another user ID 57. You can see made 10% in here. Again, a very nice straight line curve. Pick up SCIB, a couple of more stocks in here, Sunview, and that really show you how our trader trade. Now, this is what you want to have for your equity curve. From 50K, you go to 60K, right? And that's how you do it. So for this user ID 57, that is since September, a 20.4% return. something very that me being one of the speaker and one of the trainer for group, it really make me proud to see our member in here. So if you want to find out more why our member outperform the average trader investor, check out that URL link, and there's some description here. So be like our member, right? We like to congratulate them. Some of these from our Series 1, we are into Series 2. So Series 1, we have shared with you the result, but I think so far Series 2 has been much better, right? So don't wait. The time is never just right. If you have not got into the stock market, I think it's time to see. Look out for this $100 because a lot of opportunity is in the US market in here. So the Chinese New Year 2024 quote, again, I'm just going to share with you. Give a man a fish, you feed him for that. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. So with that, I do hope that some of our members, using the tools that we have, were able to feed not only himself but his family, and perhaps influence some of his friends, that the kind of success they have so far since September in here. Okay, so for those of you who want to learn more, follow me on the breakfast show every Monday 10:15 in here. We'll be back again this Friday, right? And for our help. So for the US market, definitely this is something that those of you who have not opened an account through our partnership with USmart, cheap commission, very steady platform, easy to use. After all, the old platform where the Think and Swim has sunk. So they'll have good support, and make sure you use our code NYBJPA and you get 400 Smart Robi credit. Let us know if you open up an account in here. If not, try this out. So tonight, of course, do join our Telegram chat room in here and be informed some of the sharing that we do freely and for free with our members in here. So I'd like to keep this short for tonight. So if you have any stocks that you want me to look at, I think I cover most of the stocks in here, right? And I think it's important that you all have a plan, and I've shared with you this plan, which is good enough, adequate going into the mid-Chinese New Year. So next week, if I see you on Wednesday, hopefully we are in higher ground above the 1500. So some of the things I talk about here, check it out, and good evening to all of you. I'll see you, if not next week or on Friday. Do share this video in your timeline, and good night.